What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good day out there today. We got a fantastic video to bring to you guys at home. Today we're going to talk a little bit about oil-based markers, in particular the Chartpak. We will cover a little bit of these as well too, but mostly the Chartpak markers because A, I haven't done a Chartpak video in a while, and B, I really like them. They're kind of the best markers out there. Better than Copic.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yes, I said it. Better than Copic. As you can see, Chartpak comes in a really nice array of colors. Probably not as much as Copic. The nibs aren't replaceable. You can't refill them like the Copic, but I will tell you this. These come packed with so much ink and they last so long that you might not even need a refill. I mean, they last forever. I can't tell you how many times I've bought a Copic marker and within like a day, the thing is dry as a bone. Yes, you can get a refill for it. But yes, it's still annoying. And yes, you still can't put the other cap on the side of the Copic. And I love Copic, but I mean, come on. Look at this. Let me try that, but not dumb. There we go. See, there we go. This is beautiful. It's beautiful. You put the cap right on, you're good to go. Yeah, but it's not a twin head like the Copic. Yeah, I know. I know. It's not a twin head like the Copic, but very thick lines, lots of ink. The cap goes on. It's beautiful. Now, I will tell you this is an oil-based marker or xylene-based, so it's a little on the stinky side. As long as you're in a nice, well-ventilated room, you will be fine. Don't put this in a paper bag and huff it, okay? Then you're gonna have a problem. But other than that, you're good. They do take some getting used to. So as you are using the Chartpak markers, keep that in mind. Wherever your line is, you need to be about 2 millimeters away, or maybe a little bit more, as you start laying the line, because it will bleed over. Will it bleed your outline? Maybe we should check that out first. Actually, hold on a second. We got some mail. You know, I've been getting a lot of mail lately, and well, I appreciate it. I really do. Drew OTR sent me this shirt, which was really nice of him. So if you guys are looking for this really fly Pac-Man shirt with the graffiti stuff going on, hit up Drew OTR. Thank you very much, bud. Really appreciate it. So anyways, let's check out this mail bag I got right here. What do you guys think's in here, huh? What do you think's in here? Ooh, a snapback? Is that the Goonies logo? That's a BMX Goonies. Ooh, trucker style too. That is cool. It's a little bit too cold for me to wear it this time of year, but this will definitely be my summer hat. Thank you very much. That is really cool. Ooh, some nice slaps. That's really cool. And oh, what's this? What's going on in here? Oh, sick. Look at that, guys. Look at that. You guys know that wall? Very famous wall. This is the famous Venice Beach graffiti wall. Proof that every neighborhood needs a free wall for kids to paint. Because this is not enough. It's amazing. I mean, look at the beach. You're at the beach. You know, tits. What's wrong? I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess I got boobs on the brain. You're at the beach. You're having a great time. You can paint the wall, you know? I mean, I know it's not edgy and all that stuff, but it's fun. Graffiti is supposed to be fun, remember? And these guys are having fun, and that's what matters. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. That is so sick. So I guess these guys are a bike crew. Wow, look at that. A BMX crew. That is so cool. Ah, there's a letter in here. There's a letter in here. What up, bro? Our crew, the BMX Goonies, is a crew that says never die. We are big fans of the cult classic movie, The Goonies. We mostly ride through Southern California, but we're based in Los Angeles. We have weekly rides every Wednesday night and also hold rides the first Friday of every month. We hold rides every Friday the 13th and have big rides on the weekend throughout the year. One of our biggest is the Venice Beach ride. There are a lot of riders in our crew, and we paint the Venice Beach graffiti walls the night before our ride. The next day, the ride ends at the graffiti walls where we have drinks, food, and enjoy the day. See, this is a culture. This is a culture right here. This is beautiful. If anyone is interested in a hat or shirt, which I highly recommend, hit him up on Instagram at ed.lovato, at ed.lovato. Hit him up. He's the homie, a very good dude, and he's doing some real positive stuff in the graffiti world. Props. Our crew page on Instagram is BMX Goonies, at BMX Goonies, and of course, at ed.lovato. Our ride flyers are posted on Instagram with meetup spots, date, time, and rides. So if you're in the Southern California area, even if you're not from there, but if you're there visiting and you happen to be there around that time, go meet some people, go for a ride. Give them a shout out. Really good people, good times. And that's how you make a culture, my friends. That is how you make a culture. Now back to the video. All right, guys, up close you can see that the Chartpak features a chisel nib, but it does have multiple sides. So if you want to do some line work with one of these, you can use the fine point tip like this. You can use the medium point tip like this, or you could go broad tip like this. For me, generally, I usually just use the broad tip when I'm doing stuff, but you know, you can do whatever you want. I will tell you this, they are very bleedy, so make sure you have a bleeder underneath. But if you use it to your advantage, you can get some really nice, quick tonality and that nice, smooth, even coverage from the wet on wet technique. So you should get some very, very nice lines out of these markers without too much effort. But it does take some practice. I will tell you that. It definitely does take some practice. So definitely spend some time working on them. I know a lot of you guys are out of school right now.
It's Corona time. It's Corona time.
Hey, you know, in trying times, we have to find humor. You know what I'm saying? We have to find humor. I'm not that worried about it. But anyways, so let's get back to the drawing here. I'm laughing too much and drawing too little. So as you can see, I'm just doing something really simple here, just some real simple letters, just so you guys can see how it lays down. These markers lay down color so rich and so smooth, and it looks so much like the old school markers from the 70s. It's because this is the same kind of formula that they used to use back then. Is this still wet? Look at that bleed through. They do bleed through. They definitely do. Once you get your lines in, all you have to do is just come back over with a paint pen, in particular a water-based one like the Molotov One for All, and then just outline it and make it nice and clean. And you can make a sketchbook drawing very, very quickly this way, because the water-based acrylic will not react with the oil-based graphic marker. They won't react with each other. So you can just lay a line right over it like it's nothing. There we go. Simple as that. You know, and you can work with your lines. You know, if you don't like the way a line works, you can, you know, just go and cut it back a little bit. You know, it's just like the spray paint. All right, guys, so as you can see, you can just lay down a nice, even, perfect line right over the Chartpak marker with no trouble. And of course, you can go back in there and clean up your line work if you want. Do you have a white right here? Do your thing. But they work great in conjunction with the other markers. Look at this. Look how clean the Copic line goes over the Chartpak marker. The reason why is the alcohol formula will not cause the xylene formula to react. And it is not compatible with the Copic, but that's a good thing. That is a good thing. There you go. My masterpiece. All right, guys, as you can see, you can lay the water-based ink over the Chartpak ad marker and you don't have any issues whatsoever. But what if you try to lay the Chartpak next to the water-based marker, you know, the other way around? So what I'm going to do is just do a little halo around this, just so we can see what's up. I want to see if it bleeds out. And so far, so good. I'm actually kind of hitting it. I don't know if you guys can see that. You know, generally when you're using Chartpaks together, you kind of want to keep a little bit of distance to kind of measure your line. But on this, I'm running it directly over you know, just kind of maybe about 1 millimeter over the paint line here, just to see if it'll react. And it's actually pretty smooth. See, this is why you need all markers, because you're going to need different markers for different applications. And you want to take advantage of their lack of compatibility to create these layers. So in a way, look how it's bleeding right here. See how that went over that? It bled, but it's not bleeding on here. You want to take advantage of that lack of compatibility so you can be sure that you get a nice sharp line when you're going over something. And, you know, initially I was just going to do a couple scribbles, but then I started writing this guy's name, and I was like, well, I should probably at least outline it. But again, it does take some getting used to. But like everything, you know, once you start to learn it, and once you start to get a feel for it, you'll really start to appreciate them. They're beautiful markers. So I thought it'd be good to show you guys how the ad markers react or don't react with certain types of markers. So I made this page here, kind of is just like a test page, so you can see what happens if you try to lay the ad marker over other markers. So first I have the ad marker Chartpak, because you want to see how they work with each other. 2, I have the Copic marker, alcohol-based marker, different formula. Let's see what happens. Up next we have the Pigma graphic markers, which are a water-based pigmented outliner pen. I pretty much outline everything with these Pigma markers, so I figured why not add that to the mix. Of course, a Molotov One for All acrylic marker, a Dixon Ticonderoga, because I imagine a lot of people will probably be going straight from pencil to one of these, and it's kind of important to see what happens if you do that. And last but not least, a great pen, actually, I really enjoy using these, is a Pentel Energel 1mm ballpoint pen. We don't carry these at Art Primo, but I like to throw in these little Easter eggs sometimes, so, because, you know, this is something that a lot of people use and like, and I think you guys would appreciate it, so I added it into the mix because, hey, why not? And you know what? I'm not biased. Well, everybody's biased, but I'm not heavily biased. I guess I could say that, because I'm heavily biased in liking these. There's no doubt about that. I'm heavily biased in liking these, but I like to treat things fairly. Big difference. Anyways, so let's go ahead and add this to the mix and see what happens. All right, guys, so first let's start with the Chartpak. These are similar formulas, so if it bumps into the other one, I expect it will lose a little bit of its sharpness. It'll start to bleed out. That's why it's really important to mix up your marker types. Now, if you want it to bleed out, then you're all good. See, what's happening is the solvent goes over there and it goes, oh, I know what you are. I can reactivate you. And it does. It definitely does. Here, let's do this. Let's just go right over it. Look at that. You see how it's starting to lose its sharpness already? Look at that right here and then right there. Can you guys see that? So, like inks will bleed into each other. They definitely will. So sometimes you need to switch it up. All right, let's check out the Copic here. You know what? Let's just do this. Copics are alcohol based. I expect to get a little bit of bleed out, but probably not too much. And you know, normally you're not going to be like heavily going over stuff like this. Like normally you would just be doing like a little line next to it. You know what I mean? So look at this. It just got totally fuzzy. But on here, it's not too bad. Now I did notice when you do Copic over these, it's very, very sharp. But the xylene formula will overpower most other solvent-based inks. But as you can see, the Copic held up very, very well. So even though they're not compatible, they are compatible in some ways. Very, very nice. Okay, let's check out the Pigma graphic marker. Now these are a water-based pigmented ink. And I'm just gonna use this to fill in right here. Am I on camera? Yes, I am. Okay. Look how even the tonality is too. It's that wet on wet technique with the very, very, very saturated marker. You get that really nice even tone, which is a feature of the Chartpak markers, but also why they bleed a lot. It's a feature, and I like it. Now I'm kind of going against my own rules in this video. Generally, I tell people if you're filming a video, film from the other way, but didn't really have a choice in this circumstance, so we'll have to make do here. Look at that. Look at that. Actually, you can actually see where the Chartpak bled past the water-based ink, right? The water-based ink, it bled past it right here. Let me just do that. Let me just lay a really heavy line. I'm really pushing down, so it's going to lay down a lot of ink. So it's bleeding past the water-based stuff, but it's not affecting it. The reason why is this is actually going into the paper where the water-based pigmented marker sits on the paper surface on top of it. So it's actually going underneath it and going past it, but you're not messing up your hard line. So if you came back over with, I don't know, like let's say, let's try this out. Let's see if this marker works. You know, if you wanted to do like a halo over your test line, look at that, sharpens right up. Isn't that neat? And there you go. As you can see, you take the water-based marker, you go right over it. You have a nice halo on your work. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Now let's be very abusive to this. Let's be very, very abusive. Let's just write right over this. Just go over all the lines and just see what happens. Man, these markers just give and give and give. I really enjoy them. Look at that. No reaction. Beautiful, beautiful. So remember, if you're using these type of markers, definitely rock one of these. You'll be a happy camper. Okay, let's move on to the Molotov, one for all acrylic. You know, I'm just gonna write right over these. Now the Molotov is soluble in acetone as well as water. It is a hybrid ink formula. So I was expecting a little bit of bleed out, but as long as you don't press too hard, the Molotov marker ink does hold up once it's dried. I did get a little bit of a blowout here. Let me try this. Let me just really push on it. Let's just see. Like let's do something that someone wouldn't normally do. Like just Actually no. I mean it's very saturated in the paper. Look how much saturated it is, but it's still holding up really well. I must have just moved something that was already there. Maybe it was still a little bit wet. It's actually not reacting at all once it's dried. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm always a little bit nervous though. I always go over it very, very lightly because I don't want to risk it, you know? I lived enough of my life as a risk taker. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, let's try out the Pentel gel marker. It's just right over it. I believe these are also water-based. And look at that. No reaction. So if you're doing a piece, you know, you're doing a piece with one of these markers, you can outline with the gel pens very, very nicely. This is very important for your Blackbook work, guys. So remember, always try to mix your ink formulas from your outline to your fill, and you'll be a very, very, very happy camper. Okay, last but not least, let's check out the Ticonderoga. It's getting a little bit of bleed out, but it's so slight. It's actually kind of a cool effect. Let's try to really abuse it here. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, if you really start to lay it down, it does start to destroy it. But you know, if you're careful and you just lay, you know, nice soft lines, it seems to hold up pretty well. Very interesting indeed. Let's do this. Let's just do this right now real quick, just to see. Oh yeah, just destroys it. But not here. Look at that. Really cool. All right, guys. So as you can see, these markers work really good. They lay down a lot of color. And because of the xylene formula, they will not react with your water-based inks or your alcohol-based inks. Well, I will say this with one caveat. You do get a slight reaction when you're laying this over the Copic. But if you put Copic over the Chartpak, you will not get a reaction, which is really cool. But look at that, over the Molotov One for All, the Pigma markers, the Pentel gel pen, really, really cool stuff. All right, so why don't we do this, guys? I got some Blackbooks I did for some customers. Why don't we go ahead and check those out, and I'll do a little bit of commentary. We'll make it a video. See you guys in a second. All right, guys, we're gonna be doing a Blackbook for the homie stock. Now, this is a kind of a service that I do for people as a way to show appreciation for your support to us here at Art Primo. It's not a guaranteed service. I can't do it all the time, but if I have the time and I'm available, I'll be more than happy to hit up your Blackbook and do a piece, because that's what we all do, right? You trade Blackbooks with your friends, you rock a little piece for them, and you know, you get a little piece of everyone's art that you can always go back to and, you know, appreciate, learn from, and share with others. So that's what I'm doing for the homie stock right here. And as you can see, I'm really lacing in these markers, having a great time with them, and they look really nice. Now, oh yeah, I forgot about this. I got some really, really nice stickers sent to me from Jacob Aranda. Really cool. Yeah, it says boomer on it. In case you don't know boomers, everyone over 35 is a boomer, so get with the time, boomers. Anyway, so I'm lacing in this book right here. I really love these markers. The Chartpaks are made in the USA, in case you guys didn't know. We can make good stuff, and these markers are proof of it. I love using them. You will notice that I am not wearing gloves here, and I know a lot of you guys are very concerned right now because of the current situation, which, in my personal opinion, I think the media is going a little too crazy about it. And I had a little bit of pushback from some people about that, and we all have our opinions. That's just my opinion. But I will tell you this book was done about maybe 4 weeks ago, before we were even worried about this stuff. And 9 times out of 10, I'm normally wearing gloves anyways. But I will tell you this, from here out, if I'm doing your Blackbook, doing anything, you can rest assured I am wearing gloves. My hands are thoroughly washed, which I already do. And I'm taking care to make sure that you guys are safe, because your safety matters to me. Now, let's get back to the Blackbook. So as you can see, I'm lacing in some Molotov markers. The gel pen, I just wanted to try it out, see how it is. I gotta tell you, the gel pen works really good with these. Outlining, the Chartpaks, gel pen, big ups. As you can see, I keep saying as you can see. It's like the and the as you can see, as you can see, as you can see. Molotov markers, fantastic combination with these. Chartpak, Molotov, all the way, USA, Germany. We are buds. We are. Also, I did start rocking some characters in here, and I didn't really have a plan for it. It's kind of one of those things when I do these Blackbooks, I kind of just go with the flow, you know, no plan. And initially I started doing one of these old school characters, AKA Muggsy character, depending on who you're talking to. And then I started drawing like this old dude, you know, it's kind of like boomer with the bald head. He kind of looks like that dude from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I can't remember his name. Remember he was like, he had like a knife for an arm. I don't know. Anyways, I was kind of doing a play in the Nordic Gamer, which if the boomers don't know, I think it's PewDiePie. It's like a dude with like a headset on, like a gamer dude, and he's saying yes. So I kind of did a play on that. So it's like the tagger, you know, he's like, you tagged my fence. Yes, I did. And you know, I feel the boomer. I understand his frustration, because the fence means a lot to him. It is a line that is drawn, and you dare not cross that line. Dare not cross that line. I don't know if you noticed, but the Chartpak on the yes did bleed out. They are bleedy, but I cleaned it up by just going over it with the Molotov. No problem. No problem at all. But that's what you get. You get rich color. Rich color. Very nice coverage. Thick coverage. And a very enjoyable marker to use. So thank you very much, stock. I hope you enjoyed your artwork. May you cherish it forever, and I will cherish this video. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate your support. Be sure to hit like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to share the video, be sure to tell your friends, your mama, your grandma, and be safe out there, guys. Peace.